Welcome to Jyve, a mobile booking platform that streamlines the entire music booking process while giving fans a place to discover live music. Here is the feed view. This is visible to any venue, artist, or fan in the app. Every gig that's booked through the app appears on the Shows tab. By clicking on a gig, you can see details on who's playing, where, and when. Any additional details a venue wants to promote will also be seen here. Here in the Artist tab, you can search by name, genre, instrument, and location. Let's search for hip hop. This is what an artist profile looks like. During sign-up, artists fill in details including a short bio, their location, genres of music they play, and their instruments. Every artist has their own profile but can also add their bands. Any bands that they're a part of can also be seen from their artist profile. As you can see in the top right of your screen, you can book an artist directly from their profile. You can also book them directly from your message thread and any gig requests that they have open with you. Artists can embed links to their music directly in their profiles. This eliminates venues having to go through multiple platforms to listen to the artist before booking them. The artist calendar displays any past and future gigs that they have. This enables venues to see where they've been booked and fans to see where they're playing next. You can get to the sidebar menu by clicking the icon at the top left of your screen. Here, all users can edit their account settings and report an issue. In addition, artists can switch between solo and band accounts, and venue managers can switch to other venue accounts if they manage multiple. This is John King's venue profile. As you can see, venue profiles are very similar to artists, with the exception of a music tab. Here, artists and fans can discover what genre of live music that John King books. Similar to the artist calendar, the venue calendar displays past and future gigs that they've booked. There are a few things that can happen on the venue's calendar, and they're differentiated by color. Green indicates a confirmed gig, meaning an artist has agreed to play and accepted their invite. Yellow indicates a pending gig. This is when the invite was sent but the artist hasn't responded yet. And purple would indicate multiple important events, such as multiple pending gig invitations for an artist, or multiple booked gigs for a venue or artist. Red indicates a canceled gig. Gigs can only be canceled by venues. And in addition, artists have the ability to request to play at a venue by simply clicking on a future date on the venue's calendar. Gig requests will appear on the calendar as blue, and canceled gig requests will appear as gray. Venues and artists can also get to their calendar by pressing the Calendar tab at the bottom of their screen. As a venue, this is where you book gigs. You can do so by either pressing the purple plus icon or clicking on a date. We're going to select December 18th and click Book a Gig. With in-house booking, you have total control over your gig. For example, which performers to invite, how and when to invite them, how much they're offered, and much more. Venues in select cities can also choose a premium booking. With premium, you provide the minimum details to book a gig, such as date, budget, and genre. Jyve then finds the artist and sets a gig up for you. We'll select in-house booking. In this view, you can set a start time and end time. You can also specify the number of performances you'd like. For example, if you want 2 bands, set the number of sets to 2. Next, you can choose how to invite artists to your gig. Preferred performers allows you to line up artists in your order of preference. Jyve then uses this order to invite the artist to the gig. If the first artist declines, Jyve notifies you and then automatically invites the next in line until your gig is filled. First come, first play also allows you to line up multiple artists, but instead, Jyve will invite all of them at once. The first artist to accept gets the gig. This is a great option if you have a date that you need to fill fast. We'll choose preferred performers. Here you can search for artists based off genre, name, or instruments and line up as many as you'd like. Let's invite Brandon Brooks and Will Burgunyar. In this view, you can set the guarantee for the gig and any additional details the artist needs to know. If multiple artists are lined up, you can enter in a separate guarantee for each artist. Additionally, you can send a message to each individual artist or to all of them. We'll send the same message to both Will and Brandon, detailing what time to load in. For preferred performers, you can set the time that each artist has to respond to your invite. If they do not respond within that time, Jyve will skip them and automatically invite the next artist in line. This is set to 48 hours by default. Next, you can choose a promotional image for your gig. You can allow Jyve to update the picture to be the artist that accepts or to use your venue picture automatically. You can also upload your own picture. We'll choose to use your artist picture. Here you can specify name and description for your event. You can allow Jyve to update your gig name and description as artists accept invites, or you can specify a custom name and description. Lastly, review the details to make sure everything is correct. We display any warnings or errors we find with the gig. If everything looks good, submit the gig. The gig is now pending, indicated as yellow on your calendar. Only your venue can see that the gig is pending. After you've sent the gig invite, you're then put into a message thread with the invited artist to discuss more details if needed. To get to your messages, click the Inbox tab to the bottom right of your screen. You can also book any artist directly in a message thread by pressing the Book Now button. If you need to change any details, you can do so by clicking on the Calendar tab and selecting the gig you'd like to edit. To edit the individual artist details, click on their name. Here you'll be able to edit the guarantee and add any other details you'd like. You also have the option to revoke their invite. To edit details about the gig, click on the purple edit icon to the bottom right of your screen. Here, you'll be able to edit any details you previously entered at the beginning of the gig creation process. Once the artist accepts the gig invite, Jyve automatically adds the gig to both the venues and the artist's calendar and also promotes the gig on the live local feed of shows. Congratulations, you've booked and edited your first gig. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us at support@jyve.io.